No way. No way. But this book is amazing for people interested in. Instead of talking about it, I'm just gonna show it to you. Whoa, there's a little bit of blue sky. This is amazing. Whoa. Okay, my desk is a mess, so first I need to clean it up. I'm gonna set a timer because that's gonna make me clean up a lot faster. Hello and welcome to another day in the life. Today's gonna be pretty interesting, mostly because the task that I'm working on today or for the past few days involves so much debugging. So it's a lot of figuring things out, realizing every hour that what I thought was correct was actually not correct. This is gonna be a pretty chilled in the life. We're gonna talk about the books I'm reading, just a lot of detail about coding, how my day goes. I'm gonna take you through every single hour and we'll have fun. Really become a post-its girl. Like, I have so many post-its. Again, green for work. I have yellow or like beige for my personal tasks. This is a list of videos I need to do before I go on vacation because of brand obligations. But fun stuff. I think it's gonna be a pretty busy week, to be honest, because I have so many videos to do and I'm kind of putting off on socializing this week just because I feel like I have a lot of other things to get done. But next week onwards, I'm on vacation, so that's going to be very fun. And then I can fully relax and not think about work or videos or kind of anything, which is also fun, but I don't know, vacation might be nice. Guess whose keyboard suddenly stops working? Hello. Okay, I guess my keyboard stopped working, so I'm gonna have to use the Mac keyboard, which is not terrible, but it's a little inconvenient. Where are my headphones? Okay, found them. Yeah, I love wireless headphones because they're just so convenient, but to be honest, I hate the process of having to charge them because I always forget. And the fact that I always need to remember to charge them every 1 day or 2 days is quite inconvenient. Okay, you know what time it is. It's stand-up time. So stand-up just ended. I love drinking warm water in the winter because it just makes my body feel warm as well and not so cold. I think today it's like minus something degrees or... Hey Siri, what's the weather in Berlin?
It's currently cloudy and 3 degrees in Berlin, Germany. Today's high will be 4, and the low will be 1 degree.
Oh, cool. So just ended stand-up and it went pretty quickly. I also got a review on a pull request that I've been wanting to merge the whole morning. So that means that I can finally progress on this one debugging task that I need to do. So basically, what I need to do now is make one small tweak, commit, and then see if my change actually fixed the build. And if I can get a green build is always what you aim for. If I get a green build, that means I can finally mark my task as done and I'm done debugging. And today, after 2 days of debugging this, I just feel so much closer to the finish line. It really feels like today might be the day when I can finally get this done with. No way. No way. I got a green build. Okay. That's really, really good news. I need to rebase and then I should be good to go. Okay, there's some conflicts, so I just need to fix the conflicts and then we should be good to go. Okay, I finally resolved it. Fingers crossed that I get a green build and then we should actually be good to go. I had another meeting scheduled for today afternoon, but seems like that's not happening anymore. So we should be free to just do a lot of coding and trying to fix and get things done. Oh. Okay, almost there. Just waiting for this to work. I got a green build. Okay, now I can just create a pull request get it reviewed, and fingers crossed, everything goes well. Now I'm just going to send a pull request to other engineers to review it, because these engineers that are going to review it are not really in my team. So it's a whole new group of people that need to take a look at my code, see if my code works, see if my code is safe, if it's secure, and hopefully they give me the approval. And then I can finally move on to the next step. I don't think it's even done yet. I'm just doing it for one environment, and I need to do it for other environments after. So, but we are close. We are close. Okay, I have sent it for review, and now I think I'm going to pick up something else instead, because this is always the dilemma that I have, because when I'm doing a task and it's my main priority, but there's a blocker, there's something that needs to be, I'm waiting for something else, there's something else that needs to be done, then should I pick up another task and start working on it until this one is ready, or should I just wait? Usually, I try and unblock myself as soon as possible, so that way I don't need to juggle 2 tasks at the same time. But that's pretty hard to do in engineering, or I'm sure in other areas as well. So in those cases, I have to juggle 2 different things. But what really helps me is understanding priorities, which I always write down in my post-it note. I will always have one task which is the higher priority. So every time that gets unblocked, I will focus on that. So that way I don't feel overwhelmed knowing that, oh no, I have to do 2 different things. It's kind of like having a main hustle and a side hustle at the same time. I guess that's the best analogy I can give. And talking about side hustles, YouTube is a side hustle for me that is truly an hustle. There's so much work to be done when making a YouTube video, and I had no idea until I started myself. And I think the part of making a video that takes the most amount of time, for me at least, is the scripting part. I have to write so much. I have to write a script, I have to write a description, I have to write captions, thumbnails. It's a lot. And luckily in the past year, with so many AI tools out there, I could make that process a lot easier by using ChatGPT to come up with some scripts or come up with outlines, and then I would have to rewrite it because ChatGPT always sounds too robotic. And that's when I found Rewritify AI, who are also the sponsors of this video. Rewritify AI, as the name suggests, effectively rewrites AI-generated content. I found that that content often retains a high degree of original meaning, but it does tweak things like phrasing, wording, to make it sound a lot more human-like, as if I was the one who wrote it. It's so good at what it does that it can even go by undetected with all of these AI checkers. As an engineer, what I found really cool, and I have no idea how they do this, is that they have a built-in AI checker to assess the AI index of the content they generate, which with a tool like Rewritify AI is exactly what you want. Instead of talking about it, I'm just going to show it to you. So I have a video in the pipeline, which is about creating a food-related website. I have a gist and some bullet points about what I want to talk about in the video, but I don't really have a script yet. So I'm going to input in my bullet points into ChatGPT and wait for it to return its output and get it to give me a script that I'm happy with. So I'm not a good judge of understanding what is AI generated and what is human-like. So I'm going to make use of some of these AI tools to help me do that. I'm going to actually test it with one of these AI detectors, and it shows AI generated. So now I use Rewritify AI to humanize the content and test it against the same AI detector I previously used. And this time it says that it's human written. That is pretty impressive. So if you're someone who's looking to humanize your AI generated ideas, tools, scripts, anything, check out Rewritify AI. They're free to start, so definitely check them out with the link in the description box below. And hope you like them as much as I do. Some good news. Today's really a day full of good news, but I finally got some reviews on my pull request, which is a good thing. When I was a much younger engineer, I used to not like it when people used to comment on my pull request because I used to think that, oh, they're judging me and my code. But as I get a bit older, I realized that comments are actually good. It means that someone actually spent time to review what you have written. And sometimes they detect things that you kind of overlooked. And that can be very valuable because you rather identify the errors now rather than wait for a few days, it goes in production, and then something breaks. So always value comments. And if you don't agree with them, just say like, I don't agree with this, I'm not going to change it. You need to get a stabilizer. Do you see the blue sky there? Okay, it's blue and cloudy at the same time. How can the sky be blue and cloudy at the same time? Did it just get cloudy? It was blue. I swear it was blue just now. Oh, wow. Berlin weather is very interesting right now, for sure, because it was snowing yesterday. It was the first snow of the winter season. And today, it's suddenly sunny sometimes. Look, I swear, the blue sky is back. What's happening? What's happening? But if the sun comes out, I'm definitely going out for a walk because at this season, I'm going to make use of every bit of sun that I can get. I remember my first winter here and I didn't want to leave the house at all because it was so cold outside. Life was just better at home. I could snuggle in my bed or sit on my sofa with a blanket and I didn't have to be outside. You know what time it is? It's time for lunch. Whenever I feel super unsure about what to eat, I always go for pasta. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Recently, we've been getting the gluten-free one just because I think it does better for my stomach. Lunch was good, but I'm excited to see what the current progress is with my pull request. Okay, nice. I got a comment. Alright, this is interesting. Oh my god, the sky is so blue. I think I want to go for a walk. Okay, let's quickly make this change that I want to make. And then maybe I can go for a walk and hopefully it's still slightly sunny then. I'll need to wait for someone to reply to a question I have, so I'm kind of blocked again. So I'm going to jump to another task that I can do instead. Today feels like so much jumping around. Got a reply. I just need to switch one more thing in my pull request. Finally get the approval. So let's just change it. I just got the confirmation that we're very close to merging. I just need to rebase one time and that's it. So fingers crossed everything goes good. I'm very excited to work on my project in the evening. After I did the ramen bowl website in the previous video, I decided to recreate that idea but with a different type of food, which is a pizza. So I may or may not make a video about it. It really depends on how it goes. But I'm planning to not spend too long on it, maybe a few hours, that's it, and create a website that represents a pizza, which is interesting. So I'm very excited for that. Should we go for a walk? I mean, it's not really sunny anymore, so it makes me not want to go, but I did want to get a walk done. Okay, I think I should go. I should stop being lazy and get some steps in for the day because sitting is the new smoking. I think. And then I can even listen to my audiobook that I haven't touched in a while. So I was trying out different type of audiobook platforms recently, like in the past 2 months. I used Audible and I was kind of surprised that they don't have that many free books because with Audible, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Audible, but basically every month you get 1 credit. So using that credit, you can buy any book that you want, and along with that 1 free book, you also get a lot of other free books available which are not that popular, like probably not bestsellers. And I got a premium subscription, but other than the free credit, I wasn't that happy with the other books that were out there. They were not bad books, but for an app that I'm paying 10+ euro for, it didn't feel as worth it to me as Everand. I'm quite happy with Everand because with just, I don't know how much I'm paying, I think like 11 euro a month, you still get access to so many books that are free And some of them are probably in Audible's like credit list. And in Audible, you would have had to buy them for a credit. So although Audible is really good if you want to get access to books that are not existing on any other platform, because they also have Audible originals, or they can have really, really popular author books just limited to Audible. So there is pro and con for both. But I think for me, where I really just want to listen to different type of audiobooks, good quality books, I think at the end it's probably better for me. I tried out a few books recently. This book, Surrounded by Idiots, that I think I talked about in a previous vlog as well. And I listened to it halfway through. Actually more, I just have 1 hour left. I get bored very easily, so I did get a little bored with the book. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. And then last week I started on this book called Mind Hacking, which is very interesting. I think the way the author tells stories is very, very engaging. It looks like this by John Hargrave. I would recommend this book just for the storytelling. From the beginning of the book, the way that the author tells his own story and anecdotes and connects the viewer/listener to the content of the book is very, very interesting. Also, this book is amazing for people interested in actual computers or hacking, because when he talks about mind hacking, it's not just about, train your mind to the best version of yourself, but he actually connects computer hacking to mind hacking and shows similarities between them. And as an engineer, I was super impressed. I also started this book in my last gym session called The Alchemist. It reminded me of the monk and his Ferrari. The monk who sold his Ferrari, which is also an anecdotal book. So The Alchemist felt like that. I also just started it. I'm on chapter 6. But I would continue to just understand more of what's happening. I have no opinions of this book so far. I feel like if there's the time to go for a walk, it's now. Because it's not dark yet. And it's probably going to be dark in an hour, because now it's 2:30. So I'm gonna go for a walk. Hey Siri, what's the weather in Berlin now?
It's currently cloudy and 3 degrees in Berlin, Germany. Temperatures will be fairly consistent, averaging about 2 degrees.
We need to dress for 2 degrees. Let's go. I painted this myself. I mean, not really paint, but drew using markers. Gloves. Not sure. It's not cold enough for a shawl, so maybe not. Okay, let's go. Just came back from the walk and it's already feeling dark. Then I need to turn on the main light. But okay, time to get back to work and see what happened while I went for my walk. The weather was so shitty outside. It was raining, it was cloudy, it wasn't even worth it for me to take out my phone and film anything because it was so ugly. And then my hands get cold super fast in the winter or whenever it's cold. Then I always wear gloves, so it's even harder for me to film with gloves. And I've not found any gloves yet with which you're actually able to use the phone. I mean, there are a lot that claim you can, but never found one that works. My build failed. So it turns out that my test failed, and I know exactly why. It was because I made one small change just now, but I forgot to change the test. So now the test failed, so I need to fix those first. But it should be a quick fix. Okay, now I'm going to pick up something else just because I don't want to spend time waiting on this. So let's just pick up another task because I still have 2 more hours of work, so I think it makes sense. That whole walk made me feel super snacky, so I think I'm gonna get something to eat. Let's go find... Whoa, this is stuck. Okay, actually I know exactly what snack I want. I'm gonna eat potato puffs. Pommes, like pommes in German means potato, so they're just potato puffs, and they taste really good. Put way too much. Yeah, maybe it's too much. That's okay. And the best way to eat snacks, so you don't dirty your hands, is with chopsticks. So good. Now that we have the snack, I can start on a new task. Oh, I should have gotten water. I'll do that. Okay, we are ready. I think the task I'm going to pick up is something that I was already working on before, but because I had something that was more higher priority, I decided to put that back in the to-do list. So I'm going to re-pick that up. Oh my god, I just merged it. The thing that I wanted to get done since morning finally is done. Okay, but that's not it for the task. That was just part one of the task. I have 2 more parts, but since part 1 is done, I can kind of copy things over for part 2 and 3. So that's what I'm going to do now. And hopefully then I can get approval even quicker because they're pretty much the same. Okay, it's 6. We're done with work. I'm gonna now eat dinner and then I'm gonna work on my side project, which I'm very excited about. Might put a sneak peek here. I don't think I'm gonna film the rest of the day because my battery's dying and because I don't think it's gonna be that interesting. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.